The question comes up at this time of the year from a lot of our sellers and buyers that they want to wait until the end of the year or until next year to buy or sell, right?
Yeah.
We get that objection all the time, right?
Yeah.
And we immediately, when we hear that objection, we tend to we tend to crumble? No. Actually, at some level, I guess we do tend to crumble. But what happens is, in my belief, we think that that response, for some reason, should elicit a different response than what we've been giving all year. Because when somebody says to you, I'm thinking of selling my house or I'm thinking of buying a piece of property, what are you supposed to do? When somebody says that to you, what are you supposed to do? Well, what you do is you immediately get in your car and rush over to the house without doing any pre-qualifying and say, here I am, I want to sell your house for you, right? That happens, right?
Yes.
No, not to this group, but to the group I'm not talking to. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
Okay, well, what are we supposed to do?
But where are you moving to?
Where are you moving to? We're supposed to do what? What do we call that? Pre-qualifying. We have to get to know what it is they want. For some reason, we go to the magic words of, well, if I could get you more money at this time of the year versus another time of the year, would you consider selling this house? That's what we tend to do, right? Say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you guys a question. Those of you that bought and sold houses over the years, do you buy and sell houses that you're living in to upgrade your home, get a better school district for your family, find a better neighborhood for your kids to live in? Do you do that, or do you do it only because you're going to make more money? Why do you do it?
First.
The first one, right?
Absolutely.
Most people, and aren't most people just like you?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
So what we're doing, in my opinion, and I have to tell you, I'm as guilty as anyone else is on this subject. Because for 35 years, I've tried to come up with the magic words to help you come up with the magic words that get people to list now during this period of time. And is this a better time to sell than another time? It can be. It certainly can be, but only if the buyer and seller need to move, need to buy, or need to sell. And what we tend to do is we go to this, we need the magic words to move them along. Are you guys with me at all on this thing?
Yes.
So what I want to encourage you to do is not worry about the magic words per se that, you know, maybe I can get you more money now than at any other time of the year. I don't want you to go to what you think are magic words. I want you to go to the pre-qualifying scripts, and I want you to ask them, what's important about moving? Why do you need to be there? If you don't move, is that going to be a problem for you? When do you want to be there? How much do you owe on the property? You said that you wanted to move because of a better school district. Great. What's important about that school district to you? We have to ask these questions to determine who's really motivated to sell or not to sell. And maybe we're going to run into some people that are going to not, for any reason, be wanting to move at this particular time. And here we're closing like crazy, trying to get them to move now, when in fact, they really want to move after the first of the year, or maybe in March, or maybe in April, or maybe in May. Maybe that's what's going to happen. Am I making sense here?
Yes.
So stop beating your clients up and start asking them questions at this time of the marketplace. Then you're going to find out whether or not you really have a buyer or really have a seller. And then you're to determine the motivation of that buyer or seller, if it's really hot. And by the way, will a percentage of those people you talk to need to sell now? Yes or no?
Yes.
Absolutely. And a percentage of them, no matter what you say or how you say it, aren't going to be moving now. So your job is to talk to more people, to find more opportunities, and you're going to label them. I'm going to do business with these people now, and I'm going to be able to help them now, or I'm going to help them later. Here's kind of what happens to the later part. I can't tell you why. The people that we find that want to move after the first of the year, we tend to lose them in our follow-up system, don't we? We tend to lose them. We don't stay on top of them at the same level as a lead we might find in May or June or July. And what I'd like to encourage you to do is stay on top of that lead. That lead who wants to sell after the first of the year is the same lead that says to you in April, I can't sell now, but I'm going to sell in October. If somebody said that to you, would you follow up on them at a decent level? Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, then why are you letting the lead go or working it at a lower level when they say to you, I'm thinking about selling after the first of the year? Now, that applies to some of you. It doesn't apply to all of you. But I've been thinking a lot about this because I get a lot of you coming to me, almost all of you at some point in our coaches, that say, well, give me the script. Give me the magic words. What's the magic words? How can I get a person listed now? And I want to say to you, in conclusion of this, is just use the pre-qualifying script to determine whether or not you really have a buyer and seller now. And if it isn't a now buyer and seller, put them in your follow-up system to make sure that they become a buyer and seller for you in the near future. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good.